Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com, and this is going to be your stock watch list for the 14th of May, Tuesday. Ugly day for the Bulls today. We'll get more into that in a second. If you watched my video last night, and some folks asked me, well, you give a lot of stocks, but most of the stocks, I look for relative strength. I look for things. I was talking about Bitcoin on my video last night. So here's the room. We go through a pre-market prep every morning. It starts at around 8:45 a.m. Eastern Time. Sometimes I'm a few minutes late as I'm looking at charts and listening to the news. But here's the main chat room, our Novia chat room. As you can see, pretty much I'm the only one that posts in the main chat room, and then the members post in the off-topic symbols and things like that. But we keep the main chat room so folks can, constantly be able to see what's going on as far as my alerts. We call them over the microphone. And last night on the video, I talked about TIVX. So we talked about TIVX today. JNUG, we were watching gold today. We actually got a trade out of JNUG today over $7.20. Moved up to like $7.40 or something like that. We were watching TBLT this morning. It had news this morning, and we were also watching this TTNP. It had news this morning. Plus, I get audio news in my room through Trade Exchange, the audio news service, and then I keep my screen share up all day. Right now, you're looking at the after hours screen share, and then you have the box here with all the news that gets posted throughout the day, and that's from the Trade Exchange. So anyway, we get news in the room. We were looking at Riot, right? We talked about Riot on the video last night. We talked about Mara overstock because Bitcoin has been very strong. We were watching ZYNE for a bounce. We didn't catch this. Roku was on our watch today. Some stocks, we got two trades out of Uber today over the 38.35 area. And the first time we took it, it popped up over 39 and change. The second time we took it, popped for about 50 cents. So we got a couple of trades out of Uber, and then it slowly faded off. A Riot, we grabbed that one over 4.55 today on Riot. Mara was a little bit slippery for me, but some folks stayed with it, and they got a nice trade on Mara. Once I got in Mara, we got a little bit of a rug pull on it, so I bailed on it, but then it came right back and then made a nice push up on Mara. And what else did we trade? We were watching Zscaler for a bounce, never happened. We got a trade in BYND, Beyond Meat. That came later in the session. We took Beyond Meat, Beef, sorry, or Beyond, yeah, Beyond Meat, right? That's the name of it, BYND. We were watching this one over 69.30. It popped over to $70. So I think we got a little under a dollar out of BYND, Beyond Meat. And then throughout the day, there was Trump, tweets throughout the day this morning, throughout the day. China was retaliating. So we were just looking for relative strength. By the way, Bitcoin trading or hitting above 8,000 this evening. I'll show you that chart in a moment. So overall, it was a good day. Not my best Monday ever, but for a down day, we were finding some plays. And so pretty happy with the way the day went as a day trader today. Now, in my service, I'm a day trader and a swing trader. We had taken a swing trade in Coop on Friday, and the stock was not performing well, so we got out quickly on Coop. So we took a little bit of a hit there, but because the markets were looking strong on Friday, so we dipped our toe. It was the only swing trade we carried over the weekend because I was still nervous and didn't want to put on too many swing trades Friday. So we just took the one, and then we got stopped out of it today for a small loss. So the stakes, they're rising in the between China and the United States, each one retaliating against the other. The market hates uncertainty. The Dow dropped 600 points. That's the worst day since January. As U.S. and China trade war escalates, the Dow was down 617 points today. The Nasdaq down 270. The transports were down 296. The S&P 500 minus 70. At the low point of the day, the Dow was down 719 points, so the bulls can hang their hat on that. We did bounce back a little bit today, but as a day trader today, that's what I was focusing on. We took our time today. We looked for relative strength, and I'm thinking tomorrow. Basically, I would like to see a further gap down tomorrow. If you go ahead and look at the futures here, the futures are pointing right now. They just opened up at 6 o'clock Eastern time. They're only open for a half an hour at the moment. It's early in the session, but we have the Dow futures down 31. S&P futures were down about 5. They recovered a little bit. Nasdaq futures down a little bit here. So as a bull, though, you'd want to see a gap down morning tomorrow. You don't want to see a gap up morning. At least I don't. Rather see a gap down. And I'm not saying we're going to go all the way down to the 200 SMA, but I would like to see us push a little bit further, get a little bit closer. The 200 SMA on the SPY is at 277.28. We closed at 280, so I'd like to see us get down to maybe that 278 area tomorrow. That would be a nice spot to maybe get a bounce just before the 200 SMA. Then they turn us back up a little bit. And I'm not saying that the market won't turn back down, but in the morning, I would like to see a gap down morning, get a little bit closer to that 200 SMA. Then maybe we can get some pops in the morning and find some relative strength. So here we are looking at the VIX now on a weekly chart. I've been talking about this on my videos, saying that we were still below that on Friday. We got back below. We had a 15 handle on the VIX on Friday, I believe, and then we pushed back up to about a 20 handle now on the VIX. 25 handle, you really got to start getting nervous if we get over the 25 spot. As you can see, when volatility comes in, could come in pretty fast and furious as we popped up to 50 back here. We popped up to about 35 here. So right now we're still at the 20 spot and watching this 25 spot like the hawk on the VIX. Today for the VIX, you had a 28% increase in the VIX. JNUG, which we traded at Zozo StockWatch today, up almost 9%. Gold was up 1%. TLT, as the TLT moves up, bond yields move down. So TLT was up today. And then to the downside, as you can imagine, a lot of carnage in the markets. 5% on the MJ, the SMH down almost 5%. Robo, the automation index, down over 4%. The China Internet stocks down 4%. The OIH also down 4% on the day. So a lot of damage. And then the software stocks down almost 4%. The IGV down just a little under 4% for the day. As far as sector performance, where'd they run to? They went into the utilities. The utilities were up today. The interest paying sector there. And then we also had, the XLRE, the real estate sector, was flat for the day. To the downside, we had the XBI, the small cap biotechs, down 4%. The XME also getting hit, and as you can see, the rest down 3 to 1% here on those sectors. All right, so that's some of your sectors there. A list of stocks that I keep for some of your best stocks today. You had a gold stock today up 6%. KL, Beyond Meat was up 5% on the day. Stamp, STMP, which has been getting crushed, moved up a little bit. To the downside, you had Teva with that price fixing news going out there. This stock dropped 15% for the day, got crushed. Look at all this volume that sold off in Teva. I believe Warren Buffett is long Teva. I'm not sure if he's still in it, but he was at one point. Uber got hit for 11%, but we were playing this for bounces today, and and we got a couple of nice trades out of Uber, but it was down 11%. Mylan was also down 9%, caught up in that price fixing news. Pins, a recent IPO, down about 8%. In some of the lower price stocks, we'll just go through a few of them here. TAIT down 20%. LCI got hit 19%. Ears getting hit. They did an offering down 19% on the day. To the upside in the small ones, Mara, right? Crypto, WKHS, the electric truck maker, had a nice pop today, up 14%. FTFT jumping 11%. Riot in the Bitcoin crypto space, up 10% on the day. ATAI up 10% on the day on that name. And MAXR, which was on our video last night, that jumped 6% on the day. So once again, I'm looking for stocks that had relative strength today. This AGEN, this is my watch list. 1.5 million shares, has that $3 number up ahead. So AGEN will be on watch for tomorrow. ATAI also held up pretty well today. We talked about it on the video. I did not trade this today. The high on this name, we got up to 268. We've been this high before, 267. So keep an eye on this one, 1.5 million shares on ATAI. Beyond Meat will also be back on watch again for tomorrow. Had relative strength today. Gave us a decent trade today on that one. CLIR was moving up a little bit today. I don't really like this candle too much, but there was big volume in CLIR. Popped almost up to $1.50, just a little shy of that, but gave a lot of it back. So not a favorite, but it does have some strength and volume, so we'll see for tomorrow. Another name I'll be watching is CTHR. Big strength here. Looking for maybe a pullback and a reversal move here. 2.7 million shares. Charles and Calvert, limited luxury goods. Not sure what got this one moving, but 2.7 million shares came into that one. FTFT connected with Bitcoin. A lot of fits and starts in this one. Maybe if it gets back over the highs of today, that 160 area, some topping candles. Now, I'd like to see a little more volume. I'm not really happy with this volume, 433,000 shares. Grow is also in the Bitcoin crypto space. Nice expanding volume here, but it has this 200 declining 200 SMA up ahead on Grow. So we'll see if that wants to do anything. JMIA getting slammed again by Citron. I didn't catch the bounce in it today. It was very spready today, JMIA, so I kind of stayed away from it. But anyway, it recovered a little bit today, so we'll have it on watch. They had earnings this morning. The stock was moving down as the market opened up. In the pre-market, when their earnings came out, the stock was moving down, but it did eventually bounce back. So we'll have it on watch. JNUG will be on watch for further continuation. Lyft has been beaten down. Lyft has been straight down. Maybe a bounce play in Lyft. Mara on watch because of the crypto plays. So this will be on watch. Look at this big volume bar that came into Mara today. So that'll continue to be on watch. MTCH actually held up well today. Has this $70 number up ahead. Now it's made a big move, MTCH, but keep an eye on that $70 area on that name. Let's see. Pins has earnings coming up this week on the 16th. That one got clobbered today. We'll be watching it. Maybe a possible bounce. EX reported earnings after the bell. It's an oil and gas name. This one popping up. It closed at $3.45. It's currently up here at $4. STNE had earnings, and they also announced a share buyback. Buffett, I believe, Warren Buffett is still in this name. So this one trying to recover here. So it's at 28.58. So it's right around the 20 SMA here on STNE. Keep an eye on it for a possible play. Let's see, Uber for maybe some more bounce plays in Uber. Really just continued to sell off on Uber into the close here, but we'll keep it on watch. WKHS holding up very well today. All right, battling to hold this 5 EMA, the yellow dotted line you see here. That'll be on watch. Maybe needs to get back over 225 and hold above it. WPRT strong today. Nice continuation day for WPRT, so that'll be on watch. ZYNE had relative strength today, strong chart here. So we'll keep this one on watch. And ZM, recent IPO Zoom video, maybe has a little bit more downside to it. We'll keep it on watch to see if they want to bounce that one at some point for tomorrow. And then also, you know, you got to keep the TIVX, right? Keep TIVX on your watch. Intraday trader only. Don't hold it overnight. SDS is another inverse we'll be watching. SPXU, we'll be watching that. And then TZA also. TZA as the IWM moves down, TZA, the inverse, moves up. All right, so that's a few names I'll be watching for tomorrow. Lastly, you might want to keep an eye on this NOVN. Was perking up a little bit today. Not a lot of volume, 231,000 shares in it. As you can see on the intraday chart, it looks like it had 231,000 shares in it, but holding above the momentum moving averages here, NOVN. So we'll keep that one on watch. We'll leave it there. And you know, we have to see how the markets are going to perform tomorrow. Like I said, I would prefer a gap down morning tomorrow. If you are interested, here's the fear and greed there. So here's fear and greed. We're down with a 31 handle now on this, courtesy of CNN Business. It's their oscillator, 7 fear greed indicators. I'll put this down in the comments, link for that if you want to take a look at it. But you know, let's see what the market does for tomorrow. You know, like I said, the market hates uncertainty. We're a headline-driven market right now. We're a tweet-driven market. Be testing the 200 SMA out between China and the United States. All right, this is Mike from zozostockwatch.com, and we'll be back at it with another video tomorrow night. And hope you have a good day trading tomorrow. And please support the channel. Thanks so much.